I never really thought about it. We were talking about how ridiculous it was to take like the Cherokee Indians and the Seminole Indians, who were like Cherokee or Georgia, Seminole is Florida, and like make them walk to the fucking plains and try to live out there. Like, yeah, Indians are Indians, right? Y'all know how to live out here and do this shit, huh? Like those people were like, the Cherokees had been like hanging out with white people for so long, they were barely Indians anymore. And the Seminole lived in the fucking swamp in Florida. And they sent them to the plains with those scary ass Indians that raped and pillaged out there.
Because they're like, no, but you're all on the same team, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been at war with one another forever, you say. Like, well, you're all in the same car that way.
You ate his daughter. Well, y'all are neighbors now.
Well, that's going to make for an uncomfortable wagon ride.
Try to work that whole thing out. You've got a daughter, don't you? Maybe.
He looks hungry.
Yeah. And like carve out the worst places in Oklahoma. You're like, here you go.
Like 80% of Oklahoma is protected reserve land, and I swear nobody talks about this.
Have you guys been there?
I haven't been to. Thank God, I've not been to Oklahoma.
Texas, not Oklahoma.
Where the? I think
what? Like federal land?
Yeah, so I was in that area. I don't know if it was Oklahoma. I think it was though. Anyway, near Buffalo Mountain, and there were all these Indian reserves and stuff. And it's like these areas were broke, and it seemed like there was no opportunity to improve.
Oh, they're incredibly impoverished, and they're in this system that they can't get out of, and they're genetically predisposed to all these issues that we've taken advantage of, like from alcohol to the high cholesterol foods, and we put them on those diets. You know, we put them on that barren land where we could neither hunt nor grow crops, and so we fed them like government cheese, and there's this dish they eat where they take
vodka,
and fried bread.
I can't tell if this is woke Kyle or sarcastic Kyle.
No.
On both.
Keep listening, maybe we'll learn.
Very pretty right.
They one of the dishes that's like become like a traditional Native American dish, despite the fact that they used to fucking eat like nothing but meat.
It's gonna be deep fried butter or something.
It's deep fried bread. It's deep fried bread. They eat donuts for dinner, lunch, and supper. Like it's basically deep fried bread.
You're not getting a lot of nutrition with that.
No, you get fat though.
So they all have like, too low. They got a solution.
So they're impoverished, and you know, there's no public works, of course, because they're like, yeah, you can have your own thing. Good fucking luck in the modern world. Oh, you like infrastructure, do you? Whoops. You know, so
it's not great.
And the worst part, if we had agreed to the first contracts we signed with them, they'd still be there on land that has like minerals, oil resources, or is just a good place to be on a lake somewhere or something like that. You know, real estate, gold mine
on a lake.
But every time we noticed that, we're like, holy shit, we got those savages sitting on a literal gold mine, Bob. We just went in there and was like, yo, have you heard of Missouri? Have you heard of Missouri? You're heading north. Let's go. And just trucked them the fuck out of there lately and just took it back.
Pretty awful.
Yeah. That's neither woke me nor sarcastic.
That's historian Kyle.
That's just the way that it works.
That's just a group of people getting what they deserve. They say there's no karma. They say there's no karma.
Frontier justice.
They say there's no karma. Look at the Native American.
This is what Tucker was saying pre-show.
Not what I was saying.
You always say this. This is verbatim. I didn't know any of this before that. I thought they were a good race of people before.
We were riveted as Tucker told us his anti-savage American stories.
I felt
my sister's a Native American.
He says savage American pre-show.
He kept
saying.
Yeah, he kept saying, I'm not racist. My sister's a savage American.
How much Native American do you need in you before you can like go live on a reservation? If you wouldn't want to, but like, are there rules?
College.
Like some guy named like Tim O'Malley, he can't go, obviously. Like, but like,
I don't know the answer to that question.
And here's my question: Can like, if I'm like an Arapaho, if I'm like Part 16 Arapaho or whatever, can I go and hang out with the Comanches? Can I go over there on there? Actually, the Comanches don't have any reservations because they never signed anything. They were like, fuck you, we don't believe you. So there are no Comanche reservations.
Is that better or worse?
It's worse. It's way worse.
They definitely got beat in the wars and battles they were in.
Here's how I know it was worse.
Okay.
Who's your favorite Comanche?
Chief Walking Bear, probably.
Tucker liked that when he had to go.
Chief Killing Field. I don't know. Yeah, definitely didn't go well.
Just can't feel sorry for him.
But you never think about that, how they're just like a couple of spaces they set aside, and then just all the different tribes that had been warring forever and taking land and reseizing it and losing it and taking it. Like, nope, you all live in Oklahoma now. Good luck. Like a reality show.
Yeah. Oh, imagine. It would have been a real sad reality show, though. It'd be kind of like Roots, the reality show, in retrospect.
Yeah, it's a very morbid reality show.
I don't know if I said this on the show the other day. Maybe it was a private conversation, but I was like, the American historians who were there to write shit down called it the Trail of Tears. Imagine what the Indians called it.
Yeah, probably something even meaner than that. The ones who survived being marched around in snow and shit.
Yeah,
that's what it is, right? A lot of them froze to death.
Starving and starving. Like there's no medical care or anything. They're just basically like a death march to a shitty
bunch of pussies.
Dude, if you were rich as hell in that time period, what kind of medical service were you getting?
Right?
Like the wealthiest guy on earth had a doctor who didn't believe in washing his hands.
I think it depended on what had happened to you. It seems to me that anything that involves like open wounds could so easily be a death sentence back then.
For sure.
Because they were just so filthy. Because I don't know if you were I forget where I hear things, but there was this thing about the guy who came up with the idea of washing people's. No, it was a guest. They talked about the washing of the hands, right? And like, they put the guy who came up with the idea to wash our hands before surgery in an asylum and went back to not washing their hands. Yeah. Someone told us that a while.